Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and this time it's on the movie Planet of the Apes. This movie came out back in 1968, so I'm going back this time around. Last time I did Airport, this time I'm doing Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I'm going back from the 1970 to 1968. What do I think about this movie? Well, first of all, I gotta note, there are two actors in this movie that I know and love. One was already popular by this. Actually, both were popular, but one was a major actor by this time. The other one was just starting to get popular at the time. Who am I talking about? Well, the one that was well known before this movie, Charlton Heston. The one that was just starting to get popular by this time, Waddy McDowell. Yeah. And to me personally, they're great actors all around. Great actors. The rest of the cast also did a phenomenal job. But the best one though would have to be Waddy McDowell. Yeah. Yeah. To me personally, he's the one that went above and beyond. Yeah. Oh, there was one thing I forgot to mention. I have seen this movie countless of times throughout the years. Countless of times. I remember watching this back in the late 80s. Then, mid to late 90s. And then, I remember borrowing this from a friend of the family in around the mid 2000s. And then, in the past 10 years, I have been making it, what would you call a marathon to watch all of the Planet of the Apes movies. Like, I think the last time I saw this was about 3 years ago. Before that, I believe it was 2 years before that, and then it was like every year. Since like 2010, 2011, I would watch this movie constantly. But I'm glad that I took a break from watching this again. And I would have to say this is actually one of my most favorite movies of all time. I'm a major, big fan of the Planet of the Apes movies. And this one, for its time and type, for its time, back in the day, it was amazing for its time. To me personally, watching this again, right now, it still holds up. It still holds up for me. But like I said before, a great cast, at times phenomenal. The graphics for its time and type is actually pretty amazing. But by today's standards, the graphics would seem primitive. But that being said, it still works. Yes, graphics are primitive, but it still works. The plot. The plot is something else. I would have to say it's probably one of the better plots that we've had. Well, I shouldn't say that. It was a great plot for its time. Today's standards, it's still a very good plot. And this movie actually started the franchise. Because, as you all know, there's been a lot of Planet of the Apes movies by now. Oh yes. In this original series, I believe there was 4 or 5 of them. Then in the 80s, there was another 4 or 5 of them. But those ones were TV movies. TV movies. The ones in the 80s did not hit theaters. They were TV movies, which was later released on to DVD. Which, by the way, I'm pissed off that I got rid of them. Yeah, I used to own them. But it was at a point in time in my life where I was like, I don't want to collect anymore. I want to get rid of my movies. But in the past year or 2 years now, you guys have noticed that, I've started collecting movies again. I miss collecting movies. I miss the feel of the cases. I miss opening them, putting in the discs. Yeah. But you can catch this on Disney Plus. They have it. That's where I watched it this time around. I think I've talked about everything. I talked about the cast, the graphics, the plot. I kind of talked about the plot. So let's finish that off. Okay, so like I said, the plot is... It's okay. I'm just gonna go by today's standards. The plot, it's good. It's good. For the most part, it's written extremely well. Extremely well. They're all like 2 times in this movie. 2 times in this movie, well, one line somewhere in the middle and 1 line at the very end. It's not to spoil anything. This is not going to spoil anything. Just to say, there was 1 sentence of dialogue in the middle and 1 sentence of dialogue at the end. Well, it was like eye rolling. Oh God, really? He said it like that? But yeah. But other than that, no. Great movie. It's still one of my most favorite movies of all time. What rating would I give this? IMDb, with all the users combined, gives this movie an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. And I feel it deserves a rating 1 more up. 1 more up. For me. And I give this movie none other than a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and if you love this movie or didn't love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love your comments. Whether you love the movie or hate it, you can like this video if you like this review, and you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So take off for a time to watch and join me next time for another movie review I think to do soon. I am out.